Good evening, students. Today we are going to learn about bisector of angle. Then, what are the various types of angle formed when a transversal is cutting a parallel line? Means we will learn about the corresponding angle, alternate angle. Again, it could be alternate interior angle, alternate exterior angle. Then these corresponding angles are equal. Alternate angles are also equal. This thing we will learn. Student, if we recall, we have already learned various types of angle. We have learned about vertically opposite angle and they are equal. This thing we have learned in our last class. So student, if you have doubt, then please go through those videos first. Now today we are going to start with this. What is bisector of angle? Complementary angle, supplementary angle, these things are very important. These things and question based on that I had already solved in our last lecture. So do not forget those things. Those are very important. Now another important small concept is bisector of an angle. So I will start with this. What is bisector of an angle? Students, bisector of an angle means we are given with some angle. So angle may be theta. Like here it is drawn a figure in red mark. OAB is one of the angle. Now the angle between this OAB is considered as the value theta. Now bisector means bisector of anything simply means dividing it into two equal half. So angle bisector means divide this angle into two equal part. So how is that? What is that? We are going to understand this. So in this case, this angle, so the given angle is divided into two equal angle, okay, or equal half. It simply means. So the two new angle that will form by dividing the given angle, the value of that new angle will be half of the given angle. So just understand this. Let me take one angle. Let us call this as angle O or AOB. The value of this angle may be anything. Let us denote it by theta. Theta was the value of this. Theta may have any value, 30 degree, 45 degree, any value. Now we want to draw the bisector of this angle. Means you have to divide this into two equal half, such that if I just draw this one, if I am observing, just let me draw or explain a bit more. If I am just drawing this line, what we are observing in this case, this angular or the angle appear to be smaller than this one, so it cannot be bisector. So bisector means this have to be moved upward so that the angle on both sides become equal. So let me call this as OM. So whatever this angle which is formed between OAM, means it is the angle between ray OA and OM. OM is drawn as the angle bisector. Means the angle AOM will be half of this, theta by 2. And again, if we are taking BOM, that will also be half of this, theta by 2. Okay, means the angle have to be divided into two equal half. So a student, keep in mind, if there is any kind of bisector, so bi means it simply means two, sector means part. So you have to divide the given thing into two equal pieces or two equal parts. So that's why it may be possible that there could be bisector of angle and angle. If there is bisector of an angle, means whatever the angle given, that have to be divided into two equal parts. Say this is the angle given and whose value might be something. Let us call this as 60 degree. Then while dividing this, means this angle will be 30 degree, another this will also be your 30 degree. Okay. So bisector of angle is possible. Means the new angle will be half of the given angle. Similarly, it is also possible that there could be bisector of a line segment. So the term bisector simply means dividing into two. That trick you have to keep in mind. Say bisector of a line segment. Line segment means you have to take a particular length or piece of line. It must have some measured value. Let us call this as just 6 centimeter. Since it is a line or a segment, so this length is measured in centimeter. The bisector simply means we have to divide this 6 centimeter into two equal half. What will be that? So that will be something like this. If I am considering AB as the line segment, which is 6 centimeter, then if I am considering M is the point which is between A and B, or M is exactly middle of A and B, then this AM will be your 3 centimeter and this MB will also be 3 centimeter. Okay. So bisector at any place means it is dividing into two equal half. That thing you have to keep in mind. Here we are taking bisector of angle. It simply means the given angle is divided into two equal parts. So that's why if we are writing here this, let OM be bisector of angle AOB, then what does it mean? The new angle form will be A, O and M. This angle will be equal to angle B, O, M. And both of this will be how much? Half of the total given angle. Say A, O, B. Okay, student? Or in term of bisector, you may write this angle AOB will be twice of angle AOM, or you can also write this is twice of angle BOM. Okay, this is the thing. Why this is written as half, you can understand very easily. What is our angle AOB? This can be written as angle AOM plus MOB. Now, since angle AOM is equals to MOB, bisector simply means these two angles are equal. This angle and this angle are equal. It simply means that. Therefore, each of these will be half of the bigger angle. Okay. So this thing we have to keep in mind wherever bisector is there. So either you write the bigger angle as twice of the any one of the smaller angle, or each of the smaller angle as half of the bigger angle. Okay, student, this you have to observe and we have to use it again and again. Let us frame a question
Sir,
based on
can you scroll up?
this is the end. इससे भी ऊपर चाहिए क्या आपको?
No, sir, I got it.
So write a question based on this. So a figure is given to you. So write down at the top. In figure, so figure is given to you. Let us draw a very simple figure. So right, this angle is your say 30 degree, or let me write this as 40 degree. Let us take this angle as 40 degree. Okay, and so first let us mark this line as A, this as B, this is C, this is D, this is E. Okay, students, it is like this one. So whatever this value is your, let us consider this as X. Let us consider this as Y. So right, in figure, the common vertex, let us call this common vertex as this vertex, which is common to all of this. Let us consider this as O and this angle as Y. Okay, in figure, this OB is angle bisector of which one? AOC. Then you have to find value of X and Y. Okay, student. So the question is very simple. Here just one thing is given. OB is angle bisector. Okay, only this much is given to you. So let us solve it quickly, student. I will give you just 2 minutes. Please solve and post your answer. Student, here OB is angle bisector means this information you have to use. Yes, tell me. What is value of X?
Angle y is equal to 20 degree.
Angle Y is 20 degree. You mean that? Okay, and about X?
Sir, x is also 20 degree.
X and Y are vertically opposite. Is it appear like that in this figure?
No,
Did you apply the OB is angle bisector? A student, I have just told you. Very good. A student, just read. I am redrawing this figure so that I can draw the other thing in this. So this is a line, two lines are given which are intersecting, and there is another angle bisector of this angle. A student, watch this carefully. Mark this point A, B, C, D, E. This
X is equal to 40.
Very good. X, and this one is our Y. This one is our 40 degree. A student, whatever the concepts we have learned regarding linear pair, complementary angle, bisector, all those things we have to use here. Okay, students. So in this case, it is given that OB is angle bisector of this one. Means AOC. What is our AOC? If you want to mark it, AOC, it is this much. This is the angle that we have to consider. means this angle OB is angle bisector for angle AOC. It means what? It simply means angle AOB is equals to angle COB or BOC. You are free to write, okay? If you have the confusion, then you can write like this. Start from this angle, go in this direction, then again come back on this and go for this. It means these two angles will be equal. If this angle is considered as x, then this angle will also be x. Any doubt to any student? So from this we have written, because it is angle bisector, so that we are just writing. So it is so simple, student. Itna simple tha. So angle AOB is equals to angle BOC. This will be equal to how much? Half of angle AOC. You may write like this. Or since it is our x we are taking, so this will also be x. And this entire one is what? Half of this angle. So this is half of AOC that we need to calculate. So if we want to
180 degree minus 40
AOC,
degree.
this implies
180 degree minus 40
or
degree.
a student, yes, just wait. From here we have just written this x was given, the other angle x we have written. Therefore, angle AOC is how much? It is x plus x. It is twice of x. You may write from this figure also, or by writing this equation also. Okay, so either you write by this way or you write from the figure, you will get the same thing. I had explained what do we mean by the angle bisector. It is this one. Now, a student, now consider AD. AD is what? A straight line. Are we getting? If we consider OC, then angle AOC plus angle COD will be a straight angle or acting as a linear pair. Now, AC is a straight line. It means angle AOC. Why I have taken angle AOC? Angle AOC is in the term of x itself, so we can substitute for the x, plus angle COD. Means this angle AOC. Are you getting, students? This is our angle AOC and this is angle, this is our AOC what we have drawn, and the next one is our angle COD. So these two angles we have taken. So taking this, we can write like this, or let me, so this angle plus this angle, it is forming a AOD is a straight angle. So this can be written as equal to how much?
180 degree.
Good. So 180 degree. Now, student, what is AOC? It is nothing but it is like our 2x plus COD. It is our given as 40 is equals to 180 degree. So what will be the value of x? 180 minus 40 and divided by 2. Okay.
Is
It
equal
is
to
like
70.
140 by 2. It is coming as 70.
70 degree.
Good. So what is the value of x? X is coming as
70 degree.
very good. So student, what I have used here to know this x? The concept of angle bisector. When this was x, the other angle will also be x. Then I have applied this linear pair concept or a straight angle concept. So these angle bisector concepts are used along with the other concepts. So no just one angle is given, what is the value of angle bisector? No, some simple question or such thing are not asked. Okay, now, so it is one thing. Now, student, we are interested to know angle y. What is the value of angle y? If we consider the vertically opposite angle, what is that? If I consider this angle, this line and this line, means if we consider new line like this, so one line is this, another line is this. What we are getting? Whatever this angle which is formed here and this angle, they are vertically opposite. Can we write like this? So y is nothing but y is equals to 2x. So such a simple concepts you have to use. Now write for y. So right from the figure also for y means now we want to calculate y. So what we have to take?
I is equal to 140 degree.
Very good. It is twice of x. So here we are getting that angle EOD is equals to angle AOC. Why? Vertically opposite angle VOA you have to write. What is our EOD? This we want to calculate as y. And what is our AOC? AOC we have calculated is our 2x. So this is twice into 70. It is like 140 degree. Are we getting like this? So it is so simple. So why we have calculated by considering the vertically opposite? There is other way of calculating y also. Okay. So right, method 2 for y. A student, we may consider the figure like this. It is possible to consider this one. Observe carefully. Just this one. What is this? If we consider only this part, here we can say this y plus 40 is forming a linear pair. It is a straight line. Okay. So this concept can also be used. So right here, since EOC is a straight line, EOC is a straight angle or a straight line, you may write. It simply means y plus 40 is equals to 180. Can I write directly? Y plus 40 is equals to 180 degree. Since it is the straight angle, it is simply the concept of a straight angle that we have used here. So go for y, just subtract it, 180 minus 40. This means y is equals to 140 degree. So the questions are very easy, student. You have to just apply your mind. Now there is other way of doing this also. First we have calculated this y, then we can calculate the x. Now again here we can write, a student, after calculating this y, we can think for, means first we can calculate this y by considering this linear pair, then we can consider for the x. Again this y and this 2x is forming vertically opposite angle. Okay, so this concept can be applied now. So applying that concept, again 2x is equals to y. Now again this 2x is equals to y. Why? They are also vertically opposite angle. So therefore twice of x, 140 we have calculated here. Just go reverse, x will be your 70 degree. So the method could be, first you calculate y, then you calculate x. Calculate y by considering EOC as a straight angle, then calculate x by applying the vertically opposite. Or you first calculate this x by applying AOD as a straight angle. Sorry, EOC as a straight angle or a straight line, that we can apply, or AOD as a straight line, AC, it is AD, student, you have to take care, students, this misprinting is there. It is, in this case we had considered this one as a straight line, so AD is our straight line, while AD is a straight line, then we can apply linear pair. So first, applying this linear pair with AOD as a straight angle, calculate X, then calculate Y. So both the method are using the same concept, but it is up to you what you are calculating first and what you are calculating next. Okay, student? So questions are very simple, and most of your textbook questions are this type questions only. Okay, student? Now let me go for the other topic called parallel lines and transversal. After that, I will come back to the exercise. Parallel lines and transversal. A student, this parallel lines means two lines are parallel. Two lines are parallel. It simply means. Transversal is a new third line. It is a third line which is crossing the two parallel lines, which is intersecting or cutting mean the same thing, or cutting the two parallel line. A student, parallel line you have to consider first. After considering parallel line, you have to watch for the transversal, and with this parallel line and transversal, different type of angles are formed. So, and different angles. So what are different angles which are formed? Those things we also have to discuss. I will write together. So what are the different angles? The name I will write later in the figure itself. A student, two parallel line. What is parallel line? Do you know, a student, what is parallel line? How you will define the parallel line?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, tell me. Yes, Sony, what do you
The
mean by
line never-
parallel line?
Line which
The line which never intersects.
Okay, very good. A line which never intersect. Say I am drawing this line and another this line. Say whether this line is parallel to this line.
No.
Are these two intersecting?
Yes.
Where this is intersecting?
Sir, if
Tell me.
you extend the line.
Very good. Yes, so it is correct. You may define in the term of non-intersecting, that is one way, but that you have to understand what you have to intersect. For intersection, you may need to extend the given lines. So how to define parallel line? So a student, if you watch carefully, then let me draw this second figure also. Say this is the figure 1 and it is the figure 2. A student, parallel line simply mean the line in which the distance between the two lines always remains the same. If you are measuring this much distance, means drawing perpendicular from one line over the other, that will give you the distance. So if whatever this distance h is there, the same distance is also here. For measuring the distance, this line you are drawing or the distance you are measuring between the two lines, they are perpendicular to the given line. So the gap, this is giving us the gap or distance. So right, this is the gap or distance is always same. Means whatever this, let this be 5 centimeter, then at other time this will also be 5 centimeter. Whether you measure at any place, this height or this gap will always be 5 centimeter. But if I am coming to the second case, in this case, if you measure the gap by drawing the perpendicular from one to other, it is possible that this is 5 centimeter, but here it is going to reduce to 3 centimeter. So when this gap is changing, then it cannot be parallel. So when it is same, then it is called as parallel line. Here the gap is changing. So this gap, or this is called as distance between two lines, is changing. A student, here gap or distance between two lines, here it is also between two lines, between two lines. What these lines are? These lines are here AB and CD. What are the lines? You may write this as the PQ and MN. So in this case, the gap is changing, so it cannot be parallel. So write the second case, it is not parallel. It is one way of understanding the parallel line. The other way is, if we extend this in either direction, since it is a line, you are free to extend it. You are observing that this is not going to intersect. But if I extend this line, see a student, if I am going to extend this line, then I am observing that this is going to intersect. Okay? Though in original figure, we have drawn the line with the solid line, it was not appearing to us intersecting. But in fact, line is endless, so we are free to extend it. So even on extending it is intersecting, then it will not be parallel. So good. So other way is whether the line are intersecting or not. So they intersect. Right here, intersect. So the other way is that this is one thing, one way of defining the parallel line. The other way is the line never intersect. So two lines never intersect. So to avoid the doubt, even on extending either side. So whatever the side you are considering, so you extend both the line to any extent, it will never intersect. But here, non-parallel line, so not parallel or called as non-parallel, non-parallel parallel. So these non-parallel lines are intersecting. So these are intersecting line. So student, this way you have to understand very clearly whether it is intersecting or non-intersecting. So intersecting and non-intersecting, by extending you have to watch. Okay, are we getting this? So this is the meaning of parallel lines. So what is parallel line? The definition, you can use this as the definition or even this one as the definition. Both are the definition and both are equally acceptable. Means two line in which gap or distance between them always remain constant, or the two line which can never intersect each other even on extending either side, then they are called as parallel. Okay students, so these are the definitions I have written. Now what is transversal? So any line which is intersecting the given parallel line is called transversal. So right, what is the transversal?
The line which cuts the parallel lines.
Yes. So it is a line which cuts or intersect the parallel lines or parallels. So whatever the parallel lines you have drawn, so first draw it. Say let this line be, these lines are named by putting the alphabet at their end, C and D. A student, I'm taking this line. Say this M and N. What is here? So to denote this parallel line, we are using this symbol. What is the symbol? AB with the two vertical line to CD. It simply means AB is parallel to CD. Means AB is parallel to CD. It is one symbol or one thing that we have to keep in mind. Now we are observing that MN is intersecting this parallel line, is intersecting the parallels. So this implies this MN is called as what? Transversal. So transversal is just a line which is intersecting the given line. A student, you are free to draw any of the transversal. A student, yes, just tell me. I have these two parallel line and this one. Let us call this as A, B, this is C, D, this is P, and this is Q. A student, whether PQ is transversal or not?
Sir, it is PQ is transversal of AB.
Not CD?
No, sir,
Why?
because it does not cut CD.
You just tell me what is the length of PQ, whether it can be extended or it length is
It
fixed.
can be extended.
Then it can be extended on either
Sir,
side.
Sir, if extended, then it is
No. In
transversal.
mathematics there is no if and but. It simply means it is a transversal, though only a small part of that line is drawn which is cutting AB only, but this transversal is also cutting our CD. तो ऐसा नहीं कि ये ट्रांसवर्सल आपको सीडी को नहीं कट कर रहा है, ऐसा करके आप लिखेंगे। नो स्टूडेंट, इट इज टचिंग और इवन कटिंग सीडी ऑल्सो। तो ये आपको भले ही ये दिखलाया जाए कि जस्ट इट इज cutting the one line, but in fact it is cutting both the line. If the two lines are parallel, so any line which is even cutting one of them, it will also cut the other. Okay, so this thing you have to keep in mind, student. So don't bother for that whether it appear to be cutting only one or two. Okay, so therefore in this case also this PQ is transversal. So you are free to extend this. So that is your duty. You have to understand, because line simply mean it is endless. That we have started in this chapter. Are you getting? So this is the meaning of transversal. Even it need not be the two parallel line. It is possible to have three parallel lines also. Say I have, these are the lines. Okay. Let us call this as AB, this as CD, and this as EF. Okay, student? And I have taken this one, P and Q. Are we getting? So here also PQ is transversal. Are you getting? So what are the angle relation which specifies this transversal? Those things we are going to learn. Student, any doubt, then please ask. In this case, AB is parallel to CD, is also parallel to EF. These three vertical lines are parallel to each other in this figure. Okay, students? And this slanting line is acting as a transversal.
PQ is transversal.
Yes. So parallel doesn't mean only two. It is possible to have more than two or three parallel lines. Means their gap between the pair always remains the same. We will also write the theorem. If one line is parallel to one of the line which is parallel to another line, then the very first line will also be parallel to the third line. Those
Sir,
things we will also write.
in any figure, there will be only one transversal.
No, it is possible to have more than one transversal. What is this? If you are drawing this one, say it was MN, let us call this as PQ. So it is possible to have any number of transversal. Transversal doesn't mean anyone. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Any line which is cutting the, so it need not be only one, it could be any line which is cutting this two parallel line or two or more parallel line. They are, so parallel lines, it need not be two only, it can be 2, 3, 4, any number. So you have to keep in mind, in this case both MN, so right here if you want to write MN and PQ, both are transversal. This was for figure 1. This is your figure 2. Let us call this as figure 3. Okay, so there are three figures in that I had explained. So how to identify this parallel and transversal? What is the relation that we are going to learn? So students, write angles formed between parallels and transversals. This thing we are going to learn. So parallel line is given and a transversal is given. Then what are the various angles from those things we are going to learn. A student, I will explain everything in single figure and you have to keep everything in mind. I will draw the bigger figure, you also draw the bigger one, because we will write various type of angle and mark it in the same. So let me take the two parallel line, one as AB, another as CD. So take this as one and the other one is this. Let us call the line as AB and the other line as CD. Okay, students? For our convenience, I am taking this PQ as the transversal. Mark this end as P, this end as Q. Okay? So how to write this? AB is parallel to CD. So you have to just write this symbol AB, two vertical line, CD. This statement tells AB is parallel to CD. And transversal, that you have to write
PQ is transversal.
PQ is transversal. Okay, this you have to write. Now, what are the various types of angle? A student, observe this figure carefully, you are able to understand everything. A student, first we will understand the term interior and exterior. Whatever the line given, the parallel line given, there you just focus. One of the parallel line is our AB, another one is CD. Okay, so for this AB, for a moment you just forget the line CD and transversal. Okay, so for this AB there are two sides. One is this side, which is downward, another one is upward. Are you getting? In the similar fashion, consider the line CD and for a moment you just forget the line AB. Then there is again two sides. One is this downward, another one is upward. Are you getting? So these two lines which are going to meet each other means the upward portion or upward area of line AB, that we are taking, means this one we are taking, say this is the one, and downward area of CD, what is that area? The area 2 we are getting. So whatever the point that we are going to take anywhere in between this AB and CD, what we are getting? So even if we are putting this point or even this point or even this point, how it appears? It appears that these two lines are extendable. This can be extended. It appears that these points are in between these two lines. So these are in between point. Means this point, you may take this as X, Y, Z or write this as R, S and T. So these are the points in between two lines or two parallel lines. So such a point or such an area which is laying in between these two parallel lines, they are called as interior. So this portion, whatever the portion that we are going to take here, means anything in between these two lines, this can be extended to infinity. Okay, students? So any point or any area in between these two are considered as interior. Okay, student? So can I write now? So these are called as interior area or interior point, or the angle formed in between this interior area is called interior angle. Means all these, what are the interior portion? You have to understand, student, all of these are acting as our interior one. Means all of these are acting as our interior one. Are you getting? All of these are acting as our interior one. Are you getting, a student?
Yes, sir.
These are the interior reason. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
This entire one reason is our interior one. Getting? So it doesn't mean any one side or one part, but all of them are interior one. Okay? So interior is okay. Now, whatever the point which is outside these two lines, they are called as the exterior. So this portion is your exterior. So exterior can be on the upper side or can be on the lower side. It is also exterior points. So the angle formed in this exterior region are called as exterior angle, and angle formed in this interior region are called as interior angle. Okay? So one thing means exterior and interior simply mean whether it is in between or outside. So all these PQRS are the interior. These things you have to keep in mind. One thing, interior and exterior. So what interior and exterior is okay? So you may write interior means between the given parallel. Exterior simply mean it is not between, but it is outside the
Side.
two parallels. Okay, it is this one that I had marked with the colored one also. Now, what are the various types of angle? A student, keep in mind how the angle is formed. If one line is given to you and it is crossed by the other line, these are the angles formed. These are called as vertically opposite angle. The other were these two. These were the vertically opposite angle. Are we getting that?
Yes, sir.
So in
Yes,
this
sir.
case also, where the angles are formed, angles can be formed at the point of intersection of these two lines. So at the point of intersection of these two lines, we have to consider the line was like this. So where is the point of intersection? With AB, the transversal PQ cuts. Let us call this point as, say, M. And the point of intersection means where the line CD cuts transversal PQ. Let us call this point as N. Okay. Then at M, various angles are formed. You just mark those angles. Let us call this angle. Okay. Angle PMB. Let us call this angle as 1. What is the other angle? This angle is formed. Let us call this angle as 2. Let us call this angle as 3. This angle as 4. These are the 4 kind of angle which is formed at M. Again, considering at N, again the 4 kind of angle will be formed. Let us call this as 5. Let us call this angle as 6. Call this angle as 7. And this angle as 8. Are we getting? So these are the angle that I have denoted.
Okay.
Then in this case, a student, this angle 1, which is formed like this, and if you watch again carefully, if you are going to shift this line upward, ultimately you are able to get like this. Means this line, horizontal line, is going to coincide with this one, and this transversal area will going to coincide with this one. So what is going to happen? It is going to happen, this A will exactly match with this 5. Okay, can we get like that? So therefore this 1 and 5 are called as corresponding angle. Corresponding means exactly same or appear to be same. Even one is moved over the other, it will overlap or it will just hide each other. It simply means that.
Sir,
So
is
right here,
4 and 8 corresponding angles?
yeah, there will be 4 type of corresponding angle.
No, sir,
So
4
right
and
here,
8.
we have to write. We will write. Okay, now
Okay, sir.
again you are free to take this 2. Even if you are taking this 2, it will match with this
6.
one.
6.
Getting now? If you are taking this, say the 3, it is
7.
on the opposite, it will match with this 7. If you are taking this 4,
8.
4 will match with
8.
8. Are we getting like this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So such a angle which is formed just by shifting one point over the other so that it will overlap, they are called as corresponding angle. So right, what is our corresponding angle? Corresponding angles, what these are? These are nothing but when the parallel are going to shift over one another, then the angle which will hide the other. When the parallel lines are placed over other, means shifted to other, shifted to other. Okay, now it simply means that. Then the matching angle, then some angle coincides or matches are corresponding angle. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So corresponding angle, so that's why I had drawn. If I am going to shift AB over CD, then we will see 1 will hide this angle 5. Getting? So what are the corresponding angles in this case?
1 and 5, 4 and 8.
Good. So we are getting, these are in pairwise, 1 and 5 are the corresponding angle. So these are basically pair of angles. We are getting total how many pair? So 4
4.
pair of corresponding angle. The another important thing is these pair of angles are equal to each other because they are matching. Okay, now?
Okay, sir.
Means what we can write, student? We can write here 1 and 5 is forming corresponding angle pair. So very first is
Equal to each other.
angle 1 and angle 5. But if we want to write mathematically, this angle 1 is equals to angle 5. Why? They are corresponding angle.
Equal to each other.
Because corresponding pair are always equal. What is the second pair? Student, here we have
4 and
observed 2 is going to match with 6. So we can directly write angle 2 is equals to angle 6. Means angle 2 and angle 6 are the corresponding angle pair and they are matching. Means this angle 2 is equals to angle 6. What is the third one? Angle 3 and
7.
angle, student, you can see the figure. 3 was matching with 7.
3 and 7.
Very good. So angle 3 will be equal to angle 7. What was the other? The other was angle
4 and
4
8.
and angle 8. Angle 4 and angle 8. Student, this 4 is also equals to angle 8. So these are the pair which are equal. Write just a note. Can we write here, say angle 1 is equals to angle 6? Will it be equal? Six. Will this match? Student, 1 and 6. Observe carefully. 2 is equals to 6, but 1 is not equals to 2. So this one cannot be equal to 6. Or from the figure you are getting itself, 1 is at this lower one, but 6 is at the upper one. So it cannot be equal. Okay, student? So write a note. These are not equal. And also there is this 1 and 6 cannot be called as corresponding angle. Okay, so these are the other possible pair that you have to search. Which some of them means 4 of them will be corresponding angle, other will not be corresponding angle. So it is one kind of pair called corresponding angle. Now, a student, the other pair that we are going to search. The other pair is called as alternate angle. A student, here we can also write for vertically opposite angle and other things. Whatever we have learned earlier, those things can also be used here. Let me copy this for the next page.
4 pairs for vertically opposite angles.
Very good. So now we are going for the other kind of angles where we want to know the alternate angles, vertically opposite pairs. So we are going to list down the vertically opposite pairs also. A student, you have to just tell me what are the vertically opposite pairs.
Angle 1 is equal to angle 3.
Angle 1 is equals to angle 3. Very good. Other pair, other student, please tell
Angle
me.
2 is equal to angle 4.
After speaking one of the answer, you have to wait. बाकी थोड़ा दूसरे बच्चे को भी अपॉर्चुनिटी दीजिए, वो भी बोले. हाँ वाली नो, एक आंसर आपने बता दिया, बाकी yes student, what are the other?
Angle 7 is equal to angle 5.
7 is equal to
Very good. Angle 7 is equals to angle 5. So a student,
Angle
here
8 and
it's also possible to write vertically opposite pairs. So this thing, vertically opposite pair can be obtained at each of the intersecting point. So at each intersecting point, what they are, means at M we can get. So just focus over the intersection of AB and PQ. So at M we are going to write what are vertically opposite pairs or vertically opposite angle. Angle 1 is going to be equal to angle 3. Why? Because these are the lines which are opposite to the vertically opposite. Get it? And we had already proved these vertically opposite angle are equal in last session. So आप उन वीडियो को देखिए दोबारा. So angle 1 and angle 3 are vertically opposite angle. What is the other pair at this vertex?
Angle 4
Angle?
is equal to 82.
Very good. So this was at M. And we can also write at N. Come for N. What are the vertically opposite angle? Yes, others, you tell me. At N. What are vertically opposite angle? Others is not there.
Yes,
आकाश
sir,
नहीं
I
है,
am there.
आकाश, आप भी बताइए. Yes, tell me. Vertically opposite angle at this N. If you are considering 5.
Angle 5.
Yes, angle 5 and
Angle 5 and angle 7.
very good. So angle 5 and angle 7, because it is in between this line, between the same line, it is the 7. So right here, angle 5 is equals to angle 7. Yes, the other one, other student, Akash is not, sorry, Akash had already told. हाँ, बाकी दूसरे बच्चे बताइए. अक्षय, not
2
अक्षय.
4.
Sir, Adarsh told.
Adarsh.
Angle 4.
हाँ, हर्षिल आप ही बताइए. एंगल
Angle 2 and angle 4.
angle 2 and angle 2.
4 4.
2 and 4 is at M. I am asking at N. Understand the question carefully. What I am asking.
6 and
5
8.
and 7. And here it is 6 and angle 8. So angle 6 is equals to angle 8. So these are the vertically opposite pair which are equal. Okay. So at each intersecting point, vertically opposite angles are equal. This thing we have to keep in mind. Get it? So this is the second kind of angle which is formed. The third kind called alternate angle. Student, now we have to go for alternate. Alternate means just opposite. Student, we have to keep in mind. For understanding this as alternate, you please pay attention first, then I will write. So let me clean this. स्टूडेंट्स, अब जरा ध्यान से समझिएगा कि अल्टरनेट क्या होते हैं. So in this case, in case of alternate, you please understand what I am going to mark. If we consider say angle 1, are you getting this one? So this 1 was vertically opposite to angle 3. Is it okay? But angle 3 was equal to angle 7. Why?
Corresponding.
Because
Corresponding
they
angles.
are corresponding angle. In this way, we can say 1 and 7 will also be equal. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Then this 1 and 7 are called as alternate angle. Additionally, these 1 and 7 are outside this parallel. So therefore, this 1 and 7 are called as external or exterior alternate angle. So here we can write just as a rough work, we will write finally. In this case here, we have understood that angle 1 is equals to angle 3. angle 1 is equals to angle 3. Why? Vertically opposite angle, students. And angle 3 was equals to angle 7. Why? Corresponding angle, students. From these two things, we can conclude that these two are equal. It means this one will also be equal to 7. Therefore, angle 1 is equals to angle 7. So, such a pair which are equal, they are called as alternate angle. Also, this one is outside. So, this 1 and 7 or angle 1, angle 7 are outside or exterior. Means they are in exterior area, because we had written this is interior and this part are our exterior. This thing we had written. So these 1 and 7 are exterior, but they are equal. They are called as this 1 and 7 are called as
Alternate
exterior alternate angle. Okay, so this is the complete name that I am going to write. Similarly, we can say angle 4 and angle 6 are also exterior alternate angle. Now coming to the interior side, we can observe this angle 3 and angle 4. They will
Five,
be interior, because angle 3 is equals to angle 1, but angle 1 equals to angle 5. So angle 3 will be equal to angle 5, but they are inside this parallel, so they are called as alternate interior. So we may mark it here itself. These two are alternate interior. What are the other?
8 and 2.
Very good. The other one is your 8
angle 2 and angle 8.
2 and
and
angle 8.
angle 2. Very good. So these are also equal. They are alternate interior. Okay, student?
3 and 5.
So yes, 3 and 5 are alternate interior. That we have also marked. So now let us go for alternate angle. So students, write alternate angles. So this could be two type, or it can be, so right, it can be alternate interior or alternate exterior. How is this interior and exterior? The name that we have used based on that one. So they are also equal, means alternate angle are also equal. Whether they are interior, then they will be equal with the interior. If we are considering the exterior, then exterior pair will be equal. So it is alternate angles are equal. So here we can write the first one. What are our alternate interior pairs? What we have? A student, we have already written. Interior means we have to look in between the parallel line and which angle will be equal. Here we have observed angle 2 and angle 5 are equal and they are inside this parallel line. So write angle 2 is equals to angle 5. So angle 2, angle 5, this is one of the pair.
Angle 3 is equal to angle 5.
Yes, yeah, it is 3, not 2. Student, correct this misprinting. It is our 3 in the figure. What is the other one? Other one, if you are considering the 2, it will be 8. Yes. So angle 2 is equals to angle 8. So angle 2 and angle 8, these are the other pair. So these are the alternate angle but interior. So alternate exterior, the next one is our alternate exterior pair or angle pair. Now we have to look outside. Here we have observed that angle 1 equals to angle 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So angle 1 is equals to angle 7, means angle 1 and angle 7, it is this one. Another one, what is left? Angle 4.
Angle 4 is equal to angle 6.
Very good. So this is the other one is angle 4 is equals to angle 6. So angle 4 and angle 6. So students, this thing you have to keep in mind. Even all these means these 4 pair, all of them are the alternate angle. Unless or until it is mentioned to consider interior or exterior, all of these are the 4 alternate angle pair. In this 4, the 2 are the interior pair and 2 are the exterior pair. Okay, student? So we have to keep in mind vertically opposite pairs are formed at each intersection point, that we have to make equal. Alternate angles are formed, maybe inside or outside, and corresponding angles are formed. So these are the 3 kind of angles which is formed between the parallel and transversal. Okay, student? Now based on this, let us go for the question. So this was about the parallel, transversal and different kind of angle form. So how is the questions based on this? Let me solve one question. A student, in the figure, so let us take a figure. We have taken 2 parallel line. Let us write this parallel line as XY and this as PQ and this transversal as AB. So in figure, XY is parallel to PQ. Only this way it will be written. Okay, it is enough to state that XY is parallel to PQ. And what is transversal? AB is a transversal. Now, some of this angle will be given and other you have to determine. So let me take this angle as, say, 130 degree. You have to calculate this as X and this as Y, or let me write the other one as Y. This X and Y you have to calculate. Also please calculate this one. Z. So you have to find value of X, Y, and Z. These are the angle that you have to find. So X, Y, Z are representing the angles. A student, find it very quickly. It is very easy.
Degree.
Or let me write this as U also. So take this as U, X, Y, Z, all these four angles we have to calculate.
Sir, U is equal to 130 degree because alternate interior angles.
Very good.
Sir,
Other-
Y is equal to 130 degree because
Your term is over. आपने एक आंसर बता देना है, फिर दूसरे को मौका देना है. सब आप ही को नहीं बोलने हैं. हाँ? आप जो शुरू करता है तो लग रहा है कि आप मेरे ऊपर भी आप चला जाता है. हाँ, आपने एक आंसर बता दिया, फिर दूसरे को मौका दीजिए. गुड. कि आपको आता है, इट इज गुड थिंग. यू आर रिवाइजिंग मोर एंड यू आर फोकसिंग टुवर्ड योर स्टडी, बट लेट द अदर आल्सो लर्न. उनको भी थोड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी दीजिए. यस यस सोनी, टेल मी.
Y is equal to 130 degree corresponding angle.
Very good. So student, we can directly watching this figure, we can write right here. What is angle Y? Angle Y is equals to 130 degree. Y by corresponding angle. देखिए corresponding
Sir,
angle.
vertically opposite angles.
Student,
Sir,
if it is like this one, so whatever this angle is formed and this angle is formed, these are corresponding angle, and these two angle are equal. Okay, so angle 1 equals to angle 2 as corresponding angle. The other pairs are also there, but you have to keep in mind. So on the same side of transversal and on the same side of the parallels, they are corresponding. Like this angle is below the below the parallel, the other angle 2 is also below the parallel, and for the transversal both are on the right hand side, this 2 and 1. So corresponding angle are angle which are on same side of parallel and same side of transversal. They could be only corresponding angle. Yes, what else, student?
sir, I have doubt.
हाँ बोलिए.
Sir, by U, which is alternate interior angle, so we can take Y as vertically opposite angles.
हाँ, अभी आप ले सकते हैं. Y equals to U, U is equals to 130 degree. That is also okay. Now let us come for U. For U, what concept we have? We have, if we have these two parallel line and one is on this side, another on this side, these two are equal. Why? If you shift this one, it will come here, and these two will act as vertically opposite. So this way you have to quickly think. So this U will also be 130 degree. Why? What is the concept? It is alternate interior angle. Can we write like directly? So it was this one. This way we have written. Now, even by taking U first, you can calculate Y. Also, we can verify here. Y is equals to U. Why? They are vertically opposite angle, and both are equal to 130 that we have calculated here. So all the concepts are concurrent. Now what about X? How this X can be calculated, students? Yes?
Linear
So let
pair.
us first calculate
Linear
this Z. How to calculate this Z? Z can be calculated by considering the linear pair.
60
Also,
degree.
Z plus 130. Observe carefully, student. Z is this one and 130 is this one. So it is forming a straight line PQ. So we can add this Z and 1 to get 180 degree. 80 degree. Why? It is linear pair. This way you have to write in short. So Z is equals to 180 minus 130. It is how much? 50 degree. Good, students. So this way we have calculated y, u and z. Now what about our x? Student, x will be same as z. Why? Again corresponding
Corresponding
angle. So x will be equals to z. Why? Corresponding angle. Here we are observing x and z are like this one. Student, this is our x and this is our z. So here we are observing these two angles are again on the same side of transversal and on the same side of parallel. So they are corresponding. So it is also 50 degree. So x is. Other way is also there. See, x plus y is equals to 180 degree, or you may calculate x plus y is equals to 180 degree. Why? It is forming a linear pair. So x we want to calculate and y we have already calculated from here. This can be substituted here. So it is our 130 is equals to 180. So x is equals to 180 minus 130. So this x value is again 50 degree. So this was all about. So this way we have learned about what are the different type of angles. Based on this, you have to solve the question. Please take the homework. Tomorrow we will continue with your exercise 6.1, 6.2 because I have to go for class 10th. तो अभी हमारे पास समय नहीं है, नहीं तो उनको ज्यादा लेट हो जाता है. हाँ स्टूडेंट, तो कल हम लोग ये चैप्टर ऑलमोस्ट क्वेश्चन हम लोग करके ये चैप्टर को फिनिश कर लेंगे. वन इज द ट्रायंगल, बहुत ही छोटा सा टॉपिक है, और ट्रायंगल हम आपको कल ही यदि समय मिलेगा तो ट्रायंगल भी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. So students, write down the homework. Students, our textbook exercise 6.1 I had already given earlier. Those students who have not finished,
Done, sir.
is that okay? Very good, Yashaswani. Then next exercise 6.2. Please try. You are able to get all these things. You have to apply the concept of corresponding angle, vertically opposite angle, all these things. A small concept is left there. Sum of interior angle is also 180 degree. Student, in this case, there is another important small concept is also there. That is called as interior complementary angle concept. ये तो मैं यहाँ लिख ही देता हूँ. So write interior supplementary angle pair. A student, in this case, if we consider the angle 3 and angle 8, let me draw the figure once more. So it is our figure. Consider this line as AB, this as CD, this as transversal PQ. In this case, whatever this angle formed and this angle formed, let me consider this angle as X and Y. So X and Y form supplementary angle pair. Supplementary angle pair on same side of transversal. So the other important property is that, observe this carefully, student, this is our transversal. So on left hand side of this transversal, both X and Y is there. But this pair lies between the parallels. So X and Y form interior. Write this as interior. because they are inside. So if we consider the interior angle on the same side of a transversal, then their sum is 180 degree. This is the other important property that we have to keep in. You may take on the other side also. You are free to take even on this side also. If you are taking this as, say, theta and this as alpha, in this case theta plus alpha will also be your 180 degree. Okay, student. Though y plus alpha is also 180 degree because of the linear pair. So you may write also y plus alpha is equals to 180 degree, but the cause is different. It is linear pair. Okay. A student, can we write x plus alpha is equals to 180 degree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Linear pair.
X plus
Linear pair.
alpha is equals to 180 degree. Observe this. Is it correct? X is here and alpha is here. A student, it is wrong to say x plus alpha as one, because x is simply equal to alpha. They are alternate interior angle. Getting? So alternate interior angles are equal. Their sum are not equal to 180. Are you getting now? Because x is here and alpha is somewhere here. So they are alternate interior angle.
X plus theta is equal to 180
Yes.
degree.
X plus theta will be 180 degree because of linear pair. These are the other small important concept that you have to keep in mind. So applying these concepts, you have to solve all the questions of our exercise 6.1 and 6.2 of textbook. A student, please do this. Those students who have not done, then tomorrow we will go for the next concept. A student, any doubt?
No doubt,
No
sir.
No, sir. No
It
doubt.
means we can stop our class here. Yes?